Good morning. Oh, my camera's upside down. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, there, here we go. Oh, Lord. I overslept a little and then lost track of the time on top of that. But here we are. In America, it is Thanksgiving. In the United States, Canada has a Thanksgiving on a different date. Let me see. Good old Google. Canada Thanksgiving 2024, October 14. Canada Thanksgiving, blah, 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 second Monday in October. And their traditional meal is turkey gravy, potatoes, squash, and rolls with cranberry sauce on the side and pumpkin pie for dessert. Well, same as U.S., except in the U.S. we have yams, sweet potatoes, that is, not the African yams that are more like a potato. Okay. Anyway, oh, hi. Hi, fancy that. Welcome in. Jill from Florida. Good morning. Wow. Well, the food bank gave me a turkey and I have cooked it, but I killed my back lifting a 16-pound turkey to put it in the oven. My back is just awful today. It's been awful for a few days. I'm not supposed to lift more than 10 pounds, and sometimes 10 pounds is difficult. But I didn't think that 16 pounds would be that much of a back killer. Tell you, old age ain't all it's cracked up to be. Let's tell my phone to be quiet. Wow. I have everything but the cranberry sauce. There's some frozen cranberries in my freezer, so I'll have to cook them and mix them with shredded orange. I have a stinking morning cough every dang morning. I have a navel orange ready to be peeled and shredded. And I might also zest the orange and add just the orange part of the peel for flavor. I believe you boil the cranberries in sugar water. I think that's how you do it. But I'd better do a little research on YouTube and see what my favorite chefs and home cooks do with cranberries before I try it. Oh, wow. The cats are mostly happy. It's cold. It's November. It's winter. It is cold. It's about 40 degrees outside and not much warmer inside, but I'm sitting on a heating pad with the space heater blowing at me and the house heater on full blast. It's a wall heater, no forced air, And frankly, I hate forced air. You can't stand in front of a forced air heater. Hi, Jason, aka Ren. Welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. So, my turkey is cooked. I'm waiting in the fridge. Yes, I've eaten some of the breast meat. No. Well, yeah, in a sandwich. But before that, I ate one of the legs, and the cats helped me. Cats love turkey. I didn't put the plate into the sink right away, but the cats cleaned up the plate for me. You never know, Jason. If there's an airport near you, the Ubers might be very busy. Mm. Jason drives for Uber to make a living and pay his bills. Very enterprising man with a daughter to take care of. Mm. Uh, okay. Got itchies all over. My back is killing me. Mm. Oh, Rent staying away from the airport. The radio says all exits to the airport are backed up. Avoiding that mess today. Yeah, you'd spend more in gas than you might earn from the Uber ride. Good plan. Oh, itchies. Tora, Tora is pestering me. Yes, I have kitty cat treats for you, but the turkey comes later. And we have in this town, in beautiful downtown Crestline, in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California, we have a community feast. I don't call it dinner because it starts around noon. But I can't attend, especially with the way my back is today. So they're going to bring me a Thanksgiving meal. I will be well fed this week. Jason is writing a book. Excellent. Ah, writing is not easy. People who don't write seem to think that it is because you're sitting at a typewriter or you have a pen and paper. It is not easy. Not even physically easy. You really have to work at writing, but it's so rewarding, totally worth it. They say that the first Thanksgiving was when the pilgrims finally had a good harvest back in the 1600s in, I guess it was Massachusetts. I can't swear to it. Uh, Hi, Morgan. Welcome in. So, anyway, that when they tell us in school the story of the first Thanksgiving, it's the pilgrims having a feast because they had their first good harvest. And the Native Americans came and attended, and they brought food too. And they all had a feast together. the Pilgrims were friends with the Native Americans. Hmm. Well, yeah, it was the first Thanksgiving in the United States before more than 100 years before the United States existed. The Pilgrims had their feast, and the Native Americans joined them and brought food. But Thanksgiving had been celebrated in England and Europe for quite some time for different reasons, but it was basically a harvest festival. You didn't miss much, Freeman. 1643. I can always count on Freeman to do the research so I don't have to. So when they tell us in our schools that the first Thanksgiving was Pilgrims and Indians, it isn't exactly true. Oh, and Freeman says in England the holiday is called Michaelmas. It's a mass. Now, as the colonies and later the United States got all organized, Thanksgiving was primarily a day you spent in church, praising God. Yes, Morgan, the holiday is about turkeys. You know why? For most of the year, we cannot get a turkey at the grocery store. It's only in November and December that you can find turkey, and I love turkey. So I often go to the deli counter and get some sliced turkey. Of course, it's processed, but if I get the good brand, the boar's head, it's smoked, not chemically. It's really smoked with smoke. And I like the kind that's flavored with maple syrup and honey. So do the cats. They go nuts when I have turkey of any kind. Oh, Freeman happens to be a walking encyclopedia of useless information. Well, I used to consider myself that, but uh, eh, not so much anymore. Well, welcome in, Gigi. Uh, uh, yeah, it's turkeys, but it's also thanks, especially here in this community. We use it to get together with other people in the community, and we have a feast, and we socialize with each other, catch up on what's happening, etc. It's a real celebration, not just the food. However, I can't go. My back is ouchy, ouchy, ouchy. What happened was a local food bank gave me a 16-pound turkey. Well, I'm not supposed to lift more than 10 pounds, but how do you get a turkey into the oven? You lift it twice, once to get it on the counter and pull out the neck and the giblets, and then again to get it into the oven. And I really hurt my back. I'm not supposed to lift more than 10 pounds, and that turkey was 16 pounds, but it is delicious. Oh, wow. Yeah, our grocery store, I'm not sure whether they close early, but they do arrange schedules. They almost certainly close at 6 instead of 8 or 9, but they'll arrange schedules so their employees can be with their families. cats are not helpful, Freeman. If anything, they get in the way. They followed me everywhere while I was preparing the turkey. I did not bother with all the various things that can supposedly improve the turkey, like putting herbs, or if you're in England, herbs inside and stuff like that. I just salted it well. Well, first I patted it dry with a paper towel, and then I just poured salt over the top of the turkey. I didn't bother with the back because only the cats eat back meat. But I do like a crispy chicken skin, and apparently so do the cats. I set my plate on the counter and never put it in the sink, but the cats cleaned it for me. Anyway, the turkey's in the fridge, keeping cold and like that, because although I cannot go to the community dinner because of my back and because I don't want to, because my back hurts, they're bringing me a meal. It'll probably arrive around noon. I managed to save a gig of internet for today. It resets tomorrow and I get my monthly 50 gigs. It's always a toss up as to whether I can get on the internet with data. Yes, Tora. Hi, Tora. Yes, Tora. Say hi to your adoring fans. She says, no, I'm shy. That's a tea bag. You don't want a tea bag. She's doing the paw thing. Which means, of course, she wants treats. Well, oh, she doesn't want them there. She wants, oh, hi, sweetie. Sweetie wants treats too. Let's see, we got Tutu and Smoky Sue. I can't find Tora, but there, here's 3C. Where'd you go, Tora? There she is. Yeah, here's some treats for you, okay? I had a little extra money this year, so for Thanksgiving, so because the grocery store never has my better cheddars, I ordered them online, and I got my better cheddars crackers. I found that the grocery store does have a generic clone of Ritz crackers that's cheaper and exactly the same. So I get those. The problem is all of the foods lately, even potato chips, do not have as much salt. And I need my salt. As a coffee drinker, I know I need extra salt because coffee's a diuretic. You know, it makes you pee a lot. So I keep a little salt shaker handy. And one of the things that salt does for you is it gives you iodine because in the US at least, salt is iodized. You can get salt without iodine. It's called kosher salt. Iodine isn't kosher for some reason. But, and I'm not sure about sea salt. If it's real sea salt, it ought to already have all kinds of minerals and iodine. Iodine deficiency is a terrible thing. We've known for 100 years that iodine prevents rickets, a disease in which your bones just go wonky on you and you're crippled. That's why they started adding iodine to salt. An easy way to get everybody to supplement their iodine. However, the amount needed, according to the doctors, the experts, the amount of iodine that prevents rickets is not enough for general health. We did Doc Smith last week, Freeman. I was going to talk about A Scanner Darkly. It's going to be on Netflix in December. I think you sent me a copy of Gert's. I'm not sure, Freeman. Gert's Lena Man. Whatever. I don't spend a lot of time reading or playing video games except for Words with Friends. So anyway, your thyroid, oh, it isn't it. I'm sorry. I did it again. Rickets is vitamin D. Long story there as well. The amount of vitamin D to prevent rickets, the bone disease, isn't enough really, but that's another story. Iodine prevents goiter, that big old lump in the throat. Your thyroid gland is there, and you can prevent goiter with iodine, but you really need more because your thyroid is in charge of almost all of your hormones, and especially the ones that come from the renal glands near your kidneys. So iodine plays a role in the health of your kidneys. So anyway, now I can tell you what I do, but it is not scientific. But some doctors recommend it. You get an iodine, and you can get it without the alcohol. It's called betadine, or sometimes that's a brand name. There's also Povolone and some other brand where the iodine is dissolved in water. Just put a drop on your throat every morning, which is what I do. And they say your thyroid will absorb it, especially if you use kosher salt, which does not have iodine. Now, your multiple vitamins have some iodine in them, but apparently these doctors are saying you need more than that to balance your body's hormones. So it's just what I do. I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving advice. We'll see if it works. And apparently it helps your immune system to fight off infections and even cancer. We'll see. Welcome in, Randy. Good to see all of you here. I've got a full house. So anyway, Scanner Darkly. It is Thanksgiving. And yes, in some ways it is about the turkey. Where is it? Here we go. I don't think that's it. No, that isn't it. It's this link. Okay. Control. Copy. Copy the link for you guys in the chat. Yes. In this community, it's about getting together for a community feast, catching up, meeting new people. I'm not going. I can't sit in those uncomfortable chairs for very long, and I killed my back to the oven. But they're bringing me a meal. The local Rotary Club is delivering meals to people who are homebound. Cat hair. Let's share the page. This came up in Google sends me links every day. This came up in one of the Google alerts. Keanu haunting sci-fi box office bomb gets new stream. Well, sometimes the problem is people there. One of the most haunting science fiction movies in the repertoire of the Matrix star Keanu Reeves has found a new streaming home. And of course, they bury the lead. Don't they know that it's wrong to bury the lead? I believe it's Netflix. At least they mentioned the lead in the first paragraph. These writers, they're doing clickbait, not articles. And by the way, it isn't Keanu Reeves' broken mind, it's Bob Arctor's broken mind, you idiot. These guys don't do their research, or they don't care. They think the name of Keanu Reeves will get them clicks. A warped, ethereal journey through the broken mind of a drug addict as he attempts to navigate a dystopian nightmare. Okay. Down. Oh, the videos. Oh, it's on Prime. Amazon Prime. Here we go. Yeah, it has an all-star cast, and they all agreed to work for Union Scale because they loved the novel. They were fans. And they wanted the movie to be made, so they got Robert Downey Jr., Woody, and a writer for Union Scale and fees. Now, a lot of people hate rotoscope animation. I wouldn't say the cartoons that they turned the characters into cartoons. I would not say that they're distorted cartoons. Or even that they're psychedelic. Although some people hate rotoscope, they didn't have the budget for complicated sets and locations. There's a synopsis of A Scanner Darkly below website. The more money they make. Bob Archer is told to spy on the people living in his house. He ends up spying on himself, and because his mind is drug-addled, he doesn't realize that he's spying on himself. He thinks that his other identity is a different person. Yeah, it bombed at the box office, but it was a low-budget movie. This is a guy having hallucinations. He thinks he's turned into a bug. Nothing to do with the story, except that it's a hallucination. It's just a uh, well, on my blog, I try to write actual articles. Uh, Not clickbait. PKD memoir. Oh, that's an L. Let's make a K. You know, Philip K. Dick. pkdmemoir.blogspot.com. Google gives me a blog for free, so that's why it's Blogspot. I don't have a budget for fancy websites and such. Okay, let's scroll down. It's a lesser known. It isn't a Keanu Reeves effort. It's Richard Linklater, the director. He's an award-winning director, by the way. It got positive reviews, but it bombed at the box office. It didn't make enough money. Oh, a mind-blowing journey into the author's conception of a drug-addled and politically unstable world. Well, people in the science fiction community in 1972 and for most of the 70s were accusing Phil of being a double. They claimed that he had died and was replaced with a double who looked like him but was not Philip K. Dick. So he used that. And the fact that some very shady characters had said that they wanted him to write propaganda for him, and if he refused, they would simply kill him and replace him with a double. These shady characters claimed to be working for the government in an organization so secret that even the CIA did not know about them. No, Anne and Nancy did not accuse Phil of this. Anne wanted him to write mainstream novels. That's why he wrote all those. Well, one reason why he wrote mainstream novels. He was already trying to do that while he was married to Cleo before Anne stole him. long story. The usual married man meets a stunning blonde who steals his heart, or most likely a lower organ on his body. You know, the one between his legs. No, he wasn't Gary Seven. He called himself Hal Kinchin, but that probably was not his real name. Okay. Politically unstable world. Well, this was based on the presidency of Richard Nixon, even though Nixon was not doing all the things that happened in the novel. Phil thought he would, institute a police state in which people had no constitutional rights. It wasn't enough, kind of like the Soviet programs. It was not enough, also like 1984. You couldn't just say the right thing, you had to believe it. It was around $1 million short of making back its $8.7 million production budget. Just under $9 million to produce it at a time when $1 million movies were like the low budget movies of the 1950s, and this is 20 years later. So jot down the title. Do you know the difference between jot the title down and jot down the title? It's a matter of style. Jot down the title is much better writing style than jot the title down. Like the Germans, we like to keep the adjective close, the adverb close to the verb. They just shove them together into one single word. But we try to keep them close together. So it's a must watch. And there's a bunch of stuff here about Keanu Reeves. There's more to the article, but that's all I'm going to show you, so that if you want to see the rest, I gave you the link up above in the chat. I'll pop it in one more time just in case. Hal, H-A-L, Freeman. I'll type it. Hal, nickname for Harold. He's a character in the novel, but with a different name in the novel. He's the guy who removed the back of the television set and showed him the camera that was watching him. Someone was spying on him, on Phil, in his own living room. Oh boy. Got my coffee, tea, and water. I missed your original question. No, it wasn't Haywood Jablomi. It was Hal Kinchin. I also have tonic water. I just happened to be drinking it during 2022 because I thought it would help with the muscle cramps in my legs. the experts now claim that doesn't work and it's just an urban myth, but it did seem to help me. However, I was getting some side effects. By the way, it contains quinine, which is used to, uh, originally, it was used to treat malaria, a parasite that people got from mosquito bites when they visited the tropical areas like the Caribbean islands. Oh, hi, Oswald. Welcome in. Oswald asks, do turkeys dream of electric stuffing? Yep. Um, we in the English language like to confuse people who try to use the language, whether speaking or writing. Other languages use a pronoun. Is that a pronoun or an article? Like des in German, des. It gives you the dative case. It says of the instead of an apostrophe. So they would say, I don't know the word for turkey. They wouldn't say the turkey's dream with an apostrophe. They would say the dream des turkey, the dream of the turkey. Less confusing than a stinking apostrophe. That arose in typeset with printing and good old Gutenberg. Um, they used fewer little metal letters using an apostrophe instead of a whole nother word. Anyway, I studied German in college, and it makes much more sense to me than English. The grammar, for example, is straightforward and, for me at least, easy to learn. Oh, by the way, in English, we often call the dative case the possessive. Dot, D-A-T, is the Latin word, I think. Well, dot means so when the Europeans were learning Latin so they could communicate with, like, between French and German and English with people who did not speak their language, they'd use Latin for their scientific papers. So we have the dative case, but in English we call it possessive. Yeah, something about a watch in Casablanca, Freeman. I don't remember it. Are you sure it wasn't in the satire? There's another word for that. The the comedy remake in a comedy movie with spoofs of various noir movies, including Casablanca. Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, it's Thanksgiving, and I have turkey, and they're going to bring me a meal from the community center where others are having a feast and socializing together. They'll meet people they haven't seen in a while. They'll meet new people. They'll get the general news and gossip and have a good old time. Well, I killed my back, so I'd rather not sit in their uncomfortable chairs. I can barely walk. Oh, poor Freeman has to heat up a TV dinner. That is not the same. You're better off to get some turkey from the deli counter. Make yourself one of those sandwiches. Now, turkey is dry, but you can moisten it with either mayonnaise or ketchup. I use both, mayonnaise and ketchup. Ketchup and mayo. I use them on hamburgers too, but on hamburgers I add sweet pickle relish and maybe a dollop of mustard. Oh, Freeman gets paid tonight. Just in time to blow it all on ridiculous doorbuster sales. Well, here we call them Door Dasher. Okay. Most people don't understand that, yeah, turkey is dry after it's been in the fridge and you're making sandwiches. It should be moist when you first cook it. But the mayo and ketchup, either one, either or both. Well, Black Fridays around here started on Monday. Go figure. It's an opportunity for stores, whether online or in brick buildings, to, brick and mortar, to sell all the things they couldn't sell over the course of the year. So they discount them. They also discount some top end items to get you into the store. Oh, so they start on Monday to prevent rioting? Okay. Oswald says White Wednesday, Black Friday. Well, Black Friday originally was the first day when stores finally made a profit, which they recorded in their books in black ink. The rest of the year, all their losses were recorded in red ink. I used to do bookkeeping. My dad was an accountant, and I worked in his office. I got itchies everywhere. Dry skin, I assume, from the cold weather and lack of rainfall, although we got some amazing rainfall last week. Wind-blown rain, and the wind was up, the gusts were up to 90 miles an hour, which is just barely hurricane strength. But we don't get hurricanes. The wind can't get into a circular motion in these mountains. Most of Southern California will get occasional water spouts over the ocean or dust devils, which are actually very tiny hurricanes. They might be only a foot wide on land. Well, Freeman, it's okay. We have, being in a small rural mountain community, I have access to some amazing people who make amazing food. And then, of course, there's the greasy spoons where, yeah, it'll fill your belly, but man, it just isn't anything like a delicacy. It's cheap. And there's a new bakery where they make their own donuts. And they're $5 each, but they're worth it. For one thing, they're bigger. For another, they're just so, the ingredients are so high end, and they're made with loving care and not just, pour it out of the carton of batter and shove it into the oil. And believe me, I bought one and I couldn't eat the whole thing. It was so rich and so big. It was totally worth the $5. Well, when I was younger, I could have played the wife in A Scanner Darkly with a little makeup. I was a redhead, so I always look younger than I am anyway. I don't know whether they make apple cider donuts, Oswald. I got one that was what we used to call a Bismarck, a jelly donut. It had this red jelly inside of a yeasted donut, not a cake donut. And on top it had maple syrup icing. Icing is not frosting. Apparently there's no butter in icing. It's basically sugar and hot water. But in this case, the sugar was real maple syrup. Not that stuff they sell you and call it pancake syrup, which is basically corn syrup with some artificial flavoring. The first time I had real maple syrup, I felt betrayed by maple syrup. That stuff is not, pancake syrup is not anything like the real thing. I'm smoking too much and I don't care. It's Thanksgiving. I can have as many cigarettes as I want. I recently got a loan to cover some costs that I could not otherwise pay. So I used part of it to buy cigarettes. At the smoke shop where it's cheaper than anywhere else. They actually have my order ready before I go in the door because I shop there so often. They know me. And when they get a discount on their supplies, they pass on at least part of the discount to me on the price. They want me to keep coming back, and I do. But I'm still paying $10 a pack. But across the street, it's almost $13 at the Shell station. We also have a little tiny restaurant where they used to have Chinese fast food. The owners retired. They were profitable, but they were old and tired. I haven't tried it yet, but it's something, I don't know, I think it might be Indonesian food. I can't remember what they call it, but it's something I've got to try because it's new and it's a kind of food I don't think I've ever had. By the way, when I watch um, Radio Free Albemuth, there's just one thing that makes me angry. They made the wife a blonde. I am not a blonde. I was a redhead, but by the time I met Phil, my hair was beginning to turn brown. But I was never a blonde. Never. Other than that, I really love that movie, Radio Free Albemuth. It's it's also very low budget. The director and his wife funded it themselves. They also used to GoFundMe, but they put their own money into it. And they got Alanis Morissette to play a pivotal role in it. I forget who the actors were, but they're famous too. And it is not rotoscoped. And no cats were harmed. It begins with a scene in which a cat is hit by a car, but they swear on a stack of Bibles they used an old teddy bear, not a real cat. Too bad they omitted the scene where Phil had a crying fit, crying and raging when his cat was killed. Oh well. Anyway, if you get a chance to see Radio Free Albemuth or read the book, that was the original first draft of Valis. So it's very important in the Philip K. Dick bibliography. Valis was written, I believe, second. And then the third one was what you call it, not the transmigration of Timothy Archer, but I can't remember. Oh well. Somebody in chat will know. Let's see. Google knows. Valis Trilogy. Um, the Divine Invasion, which of course is based on his theory that the birth of his son symbolized salvation for him and forgiveness for all the things he'd done wrong. I'm looking out because I heard a car door. And there's a car in my driveway. Do I care? Are they bringing my dinner early? I don't know. I actually allow people to park in my driveway, but I had to put up a million signs because they were parking right in front of my gate, leaving maybe 1 or 2 feet. Oh, that might be my dinner. Hang on, I'm hobbling to the door. Oh, it's Tessa. No R. Hi, honey.
Happy
Early.
Thanksgiving. Here, you grab that. You want me to set it down for you? You sure? Okay, be careful. Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you have a blessed day, okay?
You too.
All right. Thank you for answering.
Sorry I missed the get together, but maybe next year.
Well, it blessed me to be able to come and bring it to you.
Thank you.
Oh, you have a wonderful day.
Wow. Wow. They brought my dinner. Smoky Sue, get out of my way. This is not for you. Ah, hobble, hobble. Oh, I got plastic silverware and a dinner roll. I'm holding it up to the screen instead of the camera. Okay, gravy, pie. Let's see what kind. Pumpkin. Last year it was apple. Okay. No, you don't eat apple pie, Tora. You just don't. And of course, turkey, potatoes, green beans, and cream corn. All right. Well, you cats will have to wait. We are not having dinner right now. This is for later. Huh. I got to put it up where a cat can't reach it because it's. Uh, I have to make a quick trip to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Ah. Yeah, cat. Ah, I'm almost back. Tora, cats love turkey. Problem is, nobody knows how to slice the turkey breast anymore. Watch YouTube. You position the knife on an angle, the same angle as the breast, and you make nice, neat slices. They just rip the darn thing off. Well, they cut off the whole breast and rip it into pieces. They go straight down and end up with all these strings of turkey, which are still good. but I want a slice on my sandwich. Hi, Angus. Welcome in. My community dinner has arrived because I can't attend. You don't eat pumpkin pie, Tora, and even if you do, you can't have it. Dinner roll. With a pat of real butter. No, you can't have that. It's mine. And the gravy is mine too. Although I suspect that the gravy came out of a can, so maybe the cats can have it. Tora, get out of my food. That's mine. No. Kitties and cats. Guys, let me have my dinner. Rotten cats. It's mine. Get off my desk. God. You can have kitty treats, but you ain't gonna have my dinner. It's mine. Yeah, I'll share the turkey with you later. Here, have some cat treats. Yeah, you too, Smokey Sue. Smokey is a bully. Where is she? There she is. She's a freaking bully. Big, fat, fluffy, gray kitty. Ugh. Ah. Ah. If she wants to lie down on the heating pad, she just pushes off the other cat. If she wants treats, she pushes the other cat away. If she wants in or out, she'll beat up the other cat to be first in line. She moved in without asking when her humans moved away and left her behind. And now I know why they left her behind. But I just can't do that to a kitty cat. No, Tora, I gave you everything. Get off of me. Leave me alone. My cigarette went out. Oh. Oh, Lord. Kitties. Tutu beats up Smokey right back. When Smokey jumps on her, she engages in a wrestling match with claws. But they don't seem to be injuring each other. So after trying to split them up a million times, I've decided to just let them go at it. Tora, knock it off. You're a bad kitty cat. It's mine. Hi, Frank. Welcome in. Oh, Lord. My back is killing me. At least today it isn't too bad sitting in Great Granny's rocking chair. Tora, say hi to your adoring fans. Say hi. She says, no, I want food. Where's my turkey? You don't get turkey till I get turkey. That goes for the gravy, too. Oh, Lord. So we've gone over A Scanner Darkly. We've talked about Thanksgiving. Cats. A cat wants out. She'll have to wait. Oh, Lord. Um, Phil's favorite holiday? Christmas. Was the only one he actually celebrated. Although on Valentine's he did get me a box of chocolates and a bouquet of flowers. And I think the flowers were on my birthday, but he didn't really celebrate except on Christmas. And that was after our child was born, and he celebrated with our son, but no Christmas tree. None of that, no decorations. When I was growing up, Christmas was when we got school supplies, pajamas, socks and underwear, and we were happy because we had clean socks and underwear and pajamas. His favorite food and cuisine? That's hard to say. He did like to go to Reuben's and get a big steak. Sometimes he'd go to their other restaurant, same company but more fancy, and get something really fancy. Um, let's see. One time we were in San Francisco for just a couple days. Well, one night and one day, because he had to go to Marin County and get his divorce finalized. We went to Omar Khayyam's and he ordered squab. I asked him, "What is squab?" And he said, "Pigeon." Well, I grew up in Culver City where the pigeons nested in the palm trees, and I thought that was disgusting, so I ordered sweetbreads. And yes, I knew what they were, but I thought they were less disgusting than a pigeon. Well, the squabs, which are a type of pigeon, are raised on farms, and they are not disgusting, but just the same, I couldn't get past it. Oh, and at the local restaurant that was more fancy, he recommended that I try the artichoke stuffed with squab and not, I'm sorry, stuffed with crab and smothered in cheese sauce. So I did. I tried it and it was awesome. I don't think we had a Gulliver's or a Charlie Brown steakhouse, Angus. Oh, poor Jason has to go to the airport. He's driving Uber. Well, you have a great day, Jason. I'm winding down anyway. But I'd say his favorite cuisine would probably be French. He liked fancy cooking. One time I made trout in aspic, which is American really. He liked it. I didn't. Turned out I don't like trout. I like sea fish, like cod and halibut. Halibut is awesome, but you can't get it anymore. And if you find it, it's worth more than gold. Anyway, I don't like freshwater fish. They don't have that salty ocean flavor. I don't know. I don't think he ever went to Westwood Village at all. He mostly lived up north, Northern California. It was an anomaly when I met him down in Southern California, due to his house being ransacked and all of that. I don't think he was into fondue. I had a fondue pot, but we used it to get the oil hot to fry shrimp. He did like shrimp. He liked a lot of seafood and he liked steak. I'm sure he would have loved the lobster house, except their steaks are not very good as steaks go. They're okay. They're tasty. I ate one. Other people ate their steak too, but nothing like Reuben's. Reuben's was a real steakhouse. Yeah, no, he didn't actually go to UCLA, Angus. His friend Ray Nelson was involved in the clinical trials on LSD, and he brought some of it to Phil up in Marin County. Phil didn't like to travel. When he drove Cleo across the country, she was upset that he didn't go all the way to Washington, D.C. But he said when he got back and parked the car, that car never ran again. The engine was blown up. No, he didn't like computers, never had one, didn't like video games. All we had then was Pong. No, he never wrote on a computer, ever. He used a manual typewriter. He refused to even use an electric typewriter because he said it would result in word diarrhea. In other words, using lots of words because they were easy to type, but they were terrible writing style. Tora, knock it off. That's mine. It's probably canned gravy, but you can't have it now anyway. One time I cooked a goose. He wanted goose. Set the oven on fire. I did not understand how much fat you find on a goose. He thought that the advances in technology, especially things that used electricity, were an abomination. But he did have an electric coffee grinder. Tora, get off my desk. Look at that cat. She's on my desk and getting onto my lap. Oh, look at its tutu. She likes the camera. I think Tutu's actually a male. Back when I numbered the feral kittens, Tutu was number 2. Tora, ow! Stop it. I'm trying to put you down. Get the claws out of my sweatshirt and move it. God, you're getting heavy. Are you fat? I think you're fat. Stay off my desk. Ugh. Cats. Well, I didn't know anything about cooking when I met Phil. I could make bacon and eggs or a Let's see, I can make hamburger with tomato sauce and noodles, or tuna fish in a white sauce, or crumbled hamburger in a white sauce. That was about it. But Phil was worse. He could ruin the toast without burning it. Phil would have freaked out at the tech we have today. Brain chips? No, thank you. And the tattoos that are actually identification. They can tattoo the equivalent of a computer chip on you. Sounds kind of like the mark of the beast. Tora, get out of there. There's no kitty cat treats in that box. All right, kitty treats. She really wants the turkey, don't you? Hi, 3C. 3CPO used to be number 3. Looks almost identical to Tutu, but Tutu has more white fur. Well, Phil voted for Jimmy Carter. So did I, because there was no way to vote for Gerald Ford, and Phil was a Democrat anyway. Gerald Ford oversaw the disastrous pullout from Vietnam, and he was on the Warren Commission and signed off on the magic bullet theory of the JFK assassination. Ford claimed that he did not want to be on that commission, but LBJ bullied him into it. The slider's almost empty. I'm not sure about the Reagan elections. I do know that Phil and I both voted against George Bush twice because we didn't trust a CIA man. I don't remember who ran against Bush in the first election when Reagan had served his 2 terms and Bush had been the vice president. Anyway, beyond that, I really don't know, but I suspect that he voted for Bill Clinton if he was alive. When did Bill Clinton first run? 94? No, Phil wasn't alive. Let's see. So 76 and 82. Phil wasn't alive to vote against Bush, but I'm sure he would have. Yeah, because Nixon ran in 72, and then Ford ran against Reagan in 76 and 80. Yeah, he wasn't alive to vote against George Bush, but he would have. But Phil would not recommend. That's George Bush ran in 82 and 88. Thanks, Angus. He would have voted for Clinton. But today, I don't think Phil would recognize the Democrat Party. Really don't. He was so anti-war. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. We're winding down. Been on for almost an hour and a half, and the cats want their turkey. Ah, Lord. Oh, man. Ah, it's cold. I just got a chill. Oh, my heating pad turned off. I think that's the stupidest thing. It's for safety. The heating pad turns off every half hour and you have to turn it back on. Well, you're not supposed to use a heating pad when you go to bed, let alone fall asleep with it. So why not just let me have it hot while I'm up and awake and I want the heat? George Sr. was friendly and very warm. So was apparently Junior, but his wife Barbara said his wife Barbara was a grouch. I thought his wife said he was a grouch. Yeah, the CIA background was like a big no. I would have voted for Nixon, but I turned 18 in June and just never got registered to vote in 72. But Phil thought Nixon was, the devil's advocate, although he softened his that concept as things went along and decided Nixon wasn't really the devil incarnate or anything like that. Well, Angus, some people are weird. When I had a dog, I enjoyed seeing kids play with him. He was a sweetie pie and enjoyed, human interaction, especially with children. I miss Bandit. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired of these elections where I have to choose between Cinderella's stepsisters. How about some real candidates? Put the cat treats away. Oh, Tora understands those words, don't you? Okay, all right. She's pawing at my leg, and eventually a soft paw on the leg feels like a hot poker in my leg. She does it enough times. Ugh. Wow, that evil back. Oh, Tutu heard the treats. Well, I can't reach over there, kitty. My back is killed. Okay, she's in a reachable spot. Yeah, we have Politicians who think they're celebrities. I don't vote for celebrities. I mean, I love Clark Gable's acting, but I wouldn't want him for my president. Or, oh, why do I have more trouble with women's names? Let's see. I can see their faces in my mind, but I can't come up with their names. Katharine Hepburn, great actress, not a president. I guess my age is showing, but I'm not aware of the current actors beyond Keanu Reeves and a few Tom Cruise. Those main characters were not like Tom Cruise. They were more like the young man on Third Rock from the Sun. I don't remember the characters' names. Sorry. You know, where these aliens come down to Earth disguised as humans. Or maybe the father on the one about the Bigfoot who was nice and civilized. Or Alf, the alien who looked like an alien and wanted to eat cats. The father on that show was more like a Philip K. Dick character. Don't remember the actors' names, even though I can picture their faces. Harry and the Hendersons. Thank you, Angus. Yeah, that was the Bigfoot show. Ah. You know, his main characters were, well, in the story that Next was based on. I have forgotten the title of the story. Yeah, the main character was very competent, but he was evil. The mutant who had great powers. Well, all right. Give me Google. Cast. I'll do Alf first because it's shorter. Not old. Alf. You gotta be kidding. Even looking at the names, I don't know who they are. Okay, never mind. Who the heck is Alf Wright? Okay. Harry and the Henders. You. I put cast photos that show are much older than they were in the series, but the Dr. Wallace Wright, I think, showing me the whole name of the character, was Don Amici, who is a famous but not, a celebrity, but not all that great, except Total Recall, which gets Phil's humor, Angus. Of course, the story isn't his. It has his sense of humor, especially with the robo-taxi. Angus met Don Amici many times. He took walks in Santa Monica, which is like the rich, well, I don't know what it is now, but it was the rich part of Los Angeles. The working class lived in Los Angeles and the upper class lived in Santa Monica. Oh, Cocoon and Trading Places. Yeah, in Cocoon he was an old guy playing an old guy. Cocoon was a great movie. So funny. Oh, you also knew Steve Gutenberg. Angus really got around when he was younger. Oh, Tom Hanks. Brentwood. Oh, he was your neighbor, but you never met him? I guess he was cocooning. Pun intended. I'm cocooning. I don't do well in large groups. I'm okay with a small group of people, but large groups just really get on my nerves. Hi, Pio. We're about to sign off. Sorry. Hour and 40 minutes is enough. But my loyal listeners wanted to, or subscribers, I guess, wanted to have a chat on Thanksgiving. By the way, don't avoid your family or your friends just because they voted for someone else. Who cares? Which one of Cinderella's stepsisters, did you vote for? I think we'll do okay with the Orange Man. But did you see Kamala's don't let anyone take away your power speech? She looked so wrung out, like when you're using a rag and it's all wet, and when you're done, you wring it out. I don't know if that was alcohol or just being tired and disappointed, but man, that's not what we want in the White House. I'm not sure we want the Orange Man either, but we've got him. And he's appointing people who can do things. We might not like what they do, but they get the job done. And I don't see anything bad so far. Uh, oh, Pio's losing his job. Poor Pio. He's had trouble doing the work that they assigned to him. Tora, stay off my desk. Yeah. Kitty hugs. Okay, get off of me. You can't have the turkey till I get off of YouTube. Guy. Okay. Cat treats will have to do for now. God. Now all the other cats will come around. I'll have to tell them no. I tried to put on my snow boots, by the way. My feet have grown, they're too tight. So I got new snow boots. I am now officially size 11. Oh, there's no jobs left for Pio to do. Well, I hope you get a new job and a better job, Pio. Pio is in Poland. Things are a bit different there. Oh, Lord. An hour and 43 and a half minutes. Let me see. I'm probably out of internet and running on data. It's half a gig left. Okay. Man, my back hates me. It's killing me. Oh, good. Jeez. Well, they keep telling me I'm 70 years old. And I think I'm at least, between 30 and 50 until I get up in my chair. Oh, well. I have clutter to go into. It's the shape of a vacuum cleaner and you push it around. Even vacuums up the water when you're done. Oh well. I watched Granny get shorter. I watched my mother and her sister get shorter and shorter. And now I'm getting shorter and shorter. But Mom was only 58 when she died, but she didn't take good care of herself. The devil's sister, you know. But my aunt was not the devil. I really liked her. I miss her. I miss Granny too. I don't miss the devil's sister. I will. Hi, Tora. Not again. Don't get on my desk and don't climb on my neck. Oh, all right. Cat treats. By the time I fill out the turkey, you won't want any because your tummy's full. Nah. Okay, 3. No, you're 2 too. They're twins. They have differences. she really wants the lickable treats, but they're more difficult to paw out to cats. I don't have the thing let her lick it. I just squeeze it out onto a paper plate for her. But basically, I'm looking at the prices and having a minor stroke or a heart attack from those prices. They're outrageous. So you can spend over $1,000 on a washing machine, and then you have to buy a dryer too. I don't buy dryers. I use the clothesline. But even so, they're out of their minds. And the problem these days is the cheap washing machines break down after a year or two. My old Maytag lasted 20 years, and my